From the SaskTel Sports Center in Saskatoon, this is the 2018 SaskTel Soccer for Life Indoor Youth 9-a-side Provincial Championships. Hi everybody, Heath Mulligan along with Terrell Russell, and we're ready to watch the U17 boys. We're going to see a Yorkton team and a Regina team. Terrell, do you know much about the two squads we'll be watching today?
You know, two good quality squads. Yorkton does an excellent job of doing development within their area, and same thing with FCR and Regina. I think there's going to be a good match head-to-head today, and we're going to see some good football.
How did the teams advance to this gold medal final? We've had teams, I assume, from across Saskatchewan playing off to get here.
That's correct. There's been a multitude of teams from across the province coming in, competing against each other this weekend, and these two have made it to the final. They've battled all the way through, and now they're going to go head-to-head.
All right, it's the U17 boys gold medal game, the kickoff, moments away on Max TV, local on demand. Here it is, our gold medal game in the U17 boys division. It is Football Club Regina in white, going left to right on your screen, and Yorkton United FC wearing the black with white trim. They are going right to left. Gold medal game underway, and Terrell, you and I were here for some other matches in this tournament. We saw, for example, some under-15 girls soccer, and you're telling me that when these older men get out on the field, it's like a lot of just boom, boom, boom.
Well, I think what we see a lot of the times is that there's a situation where the boys try to play with a bit more athletics than necessarily football. But these two football teams, you know what, I got to give both clubs credit. They both try to come out. They both try to play football. I think we're going to see a good match today, and hopefully the guys are able to keep the ball on the deck and able to build good quality rhythm and have a good gold medal match.
There's an example, a long shot right away, and I think that went off the crossbar. It might have touched Austin Stewart, the goalkeeper for Yorkton. Yep, a little bit off his fingertips, a little bit off the crossbar. So that turns into a corner kick and a chance for Regina to put one up into the scoring area, and a nice save diving across. And boy, Stewart had to sacrifice himself a little bit because he was in tight on the post, and he punched it away.
I watched him in warm-up, and he was very impressive with his agility and his movement, and that's another example of what he's able to do. We see that Yorkton's bench is a little bit thinner today than FCR, so he's going to have to come up big today.
Yeah, the Regina club in here with, it looks like about 15 bodies on their bench, and we're playing again 9-a-side, so lots of fresh legs for FC Regina. If they want to try and dictate a higher tempo game, they can certainly do it with the body count they have. And another corner kick coming as they'll send Ilyas Ferrat down to make this corner again, and everybody deep.
We see York doing a good job of collapsing in the box on the corner kick. They've got numbers. Now they just got to make sure to maintain composure and build rhythm as they go forward.
Long toss by the goalkeeper looking for Nicholas Fetch. He was way downfield. They don't connect. However, Yorkton is going to get to bring the ball into play. 2 25-minute halves. That's the clock format for this gold medal championship.
Nicholas Fetch can be very, very dangerous. The attacking striker for Yorkton. You give him the ball, give him a chance to get turned. He can definitely cause damage, no doubt about it.
It goes out, Regina ball, and they quickly bring it back into play. Through the middle, it's defended by Weinheimer, who got a leg up. That kick, trying to clear the zone off of a Regina forward and out of play.
Well, let's see if they try to play to the back or whether they go along here. Set the tempo for the game. They're gonna look to
long
go long.
It is.
Look to play to Fetch.
Boxed his man out and did come up with possession. He's got it down in the corner now and tried to make a move. Nicely dancing along the line, Chris Schabel, who kept it going for Regina. And FC Regina will take possession.
That's very well done by FC Regina. This is actually a beautiful brand of football, showing how they're changing the side of the park, going from one side to the other, looking to get numbers forward. Very, very calm. It's very well done, very well played.
Out it goes.
Big throw, big throw!
Long throw to U17, but he is unable to catch up. And it's going to be a corner kick. Ferrat will take it once again. Long shot, big thud. Tipped a little bit. I think Malinowski got a piece of it. regardless, it did go up and over. Yeah, it was off of a Yorkton foot because we're back to another corner. Tossed up into the middle and just a little bit wide on the header attempt by Robel Tinsu.
If I was Yorkton, I'd be very, very careful how quickly they look to play the ball. Try to build rhythm, try to slow the game down, play the game at their rhythm, not chase FCR. FCR's got more numbers. They can put more people on the park.
Tinsu got it down in the corner. Guillaume Hussein tried to put it out into the middle. He got it there, but the goalkeeper, Austin Stewart, able to latch on, and he'll just roll it out to his far right this time.
We see he's waiting to build his frame out of the back. So building the frame meaning what exactly is this setup? What are the angles? What's the rotation of the players as we build the ball out of the back? So how do we build the triangles and diamonds off a right back as the ball's played out?
Long kick up the right sideline, goes out. Regina takes it over.
Look at FC Regina getting the numbers back, looking to collapse. They're doing a very good job of defending. Yorkton's going to want to try to get in behind their back line, and right now the way FCR is playing, they're going to cause Yorkton a lot of trouble.
Dawson Malinowski took the long shot. Christian Fisher, the keeper, on the Regina side. Easy to handle that one. Man is knocked down. That's Fetch who got pushed to the ground, so free kick from in pretty tight.
This is where Yorkton's going to be very, very dangerous. We've seen Fetch try this before on free kicks anywhere in and around the box. Of course, the goalkeeper's only allowed to stay within the area that's outlined by the blue, so they can't come outside that line. And once you start defending in that area, anything can happen. We notice there's numbers being pushed up high.
FC Regina will put up 3 men in a wall. Ball gets through, but it's right on to Stewart. A good firm kick, and he does a nice job of getting it and controlling it immediately. No rebound at all.
Very good look to try to get the ball in behind the back line, but cut out by Yorkton. If they can continue to try to do that, again, with Yorkton having a smaller bench, they're going to have an opportunity to try to use their fatigue later in the game.
Ethan Hodel ran into Matt Cochran right up at the midfield mark, and Hodel is still down, but I think he's all right. It was one of those collisions that looked like it could be the knee-on-knee type thing. Everybody's good, though.
Now we see FCR Regina trying to play the ball over the top. We can see the body language looking to play forward. This might be an opportunity for them to pull Yorkton out, and then look to go in behind. This could be a counterattack opportunity for Fetch. Yeah, right here. Look at Fetch getting forward.
Everything's settled down now, though. And here we go. Dufour turned and got himself a surprise ball, but he'll put it up over the netting. Over the net, into the netting.
And we notice Yorkton's played out of his right side. The goalkeeper's played the ball of his right side the last hand again. Did it again 3 times in a row. FCR is going to start to catch on that, and they're going to start to set their defensive style up so they can look to press on that side. Get some free space here. Rebuild the frame. We get opportunity in back post. Here we go.
Just over the head, and then the shot wide off the foot of Caleb Kardash-Drackett.
It was very good timing. Unlucky on the touch. Would have been a beautiful finish if you could have put that away.
Close.
Now, if we look at Yorkton's setup style right now, it's very, very square. It's very much a box. They might want to watch their depth, because you can see the big lines in space in between the defenders and the midfielders and the attacking group.
Little push to come out of the scrum for Yorkton. They're trying to work some position into the middle to get a shot from that distance, but with the left foot, Fetch puts it well wide. Defenders didn't give him much.
Whenever you have a player attacking you with a left foot, it's something that's irregular, so it's much more difficult to defend at times because you're not used to it. And you can see right there, Fetch is defended by 3 players and yet still managed to get a shot off. They're going to want to watch their balance when they're defending 1v1. Notice how they're dropping a player in behind whenever they're marking him up.
Up this near side, Colin Tetro for FC Regina. get it into the middle to Kardash Drackett. Through to the center now. Little chip down the left side. It's going to go all the way to the line. Held on to by Turgeon, who puts it in front. And Johnny on the spot defending. Braden Gelowitz knocked it away. Quickly coming back, Malinowski up to Nick Fetch, but he didn't play it clean. I think we heard him frustrated. Thought he could make something of it, and it didn't pan out.
A very competitive player, and one thing that we're going to see a few times in the game is that FCR is going to be very, very careful on those counterattacks.
Obiendo took a long shot. Handled cleanly by the keeper, and again Fetch. A lot of time with the ball. Nick Fetch.
I'd like to see a bit more sprinting getting forward. So we see here on the left flank, we started to see an actual acceleration in order to try to get behind the Yorkton back line. I think we need to see that a little bit more forward from Yorkton if they're going to try to beat FCR in the transition.
"10 minutes remaining, or 15 rather, remaining in the first half. Gold medal game, the U17 boys division. We're at the SaskTel Sports Center in Saskatoon. Heath Mulligan along with Terrell Russell. Terrell, the high performance director for the Saskatchewan Soccer Association. Getting us all learned up a little bit today. Fetch some good footwork.
We're seeing Fetch again go forward with the ball, but he's being marked by 2 and 3 players. Gonna have to make sure that they provide balance. Eventually he might fatigue himself, doing a lot of work himself up top.
Hussam Gramita pushed him out that time.
Very well played by Rinze in the middle.
Nice break.
Very well done.
Pass to Tetro on the side, and he'll put it in the middle. Yorkton defends. Tinsu back into the center. Yorkton is there, and that one is going to go up and out of play.
There's good organization by Yorkton in the back line. You can see that they're trying to make sure that they're organized. Zach's trying to organize his team in the back, providing good information to his players to drop in and provide angles and coverage. It's going to be hard to beat.
Great passing from FC Regina. Didn't generate a great chance that time, but showed what they can do. There's a shot, and boy, good job by Fisher holding on to that ball as it was hooked in by Matt Cochran.
I think Fisher's going to be busy today. He's got to make sure to make the saves when he needs to, stay on his toes, ensure that he watches the cues, because I find that Yorkton has an opportunity. When they have an opportunity to shoot, they take it. They don't wait.
Fisher's been real good so far, controlling it after getting the shot. He's corralled it nicely. Tinsu put it down to the far side. Jegovitz for Yorkton just shielded off the defender, and the ball goes over the back line for the goalkeeper.
I think it's a good game plan by FC Regina. If they can continue to build the ball, move and transition Yorkton around the field, again, using their bench, using their numbers, potentially fatigue Yorkton later in the game, that's where they potentially could break them down later on.
Malinowski let it go, and it's deflected back out. The offensive zone for Regina. Gramita lost it to Jegovitz, who put it into the netting between the two indoor fields here at the SaskTel Sports Center in Saskatoon.
See if we can get forward here on this far side, start stretching the team. They're very collapsed in their box. Yorkton's looking very good defensively. They're very organized, dropping in, taking away all the space, forcing shots from the outside.
Schofield's long crosser went way long, and the goalkeeper will pick it up as Austin Stewart surveys the situation. He'll just put it in play quickly to his right side.
I'd like to see Yorkton just start to switch up their distribution a little bit more. See one of the center midfielders look to drop in, find pockets, get on the ball. Also look to play the left side as well. If FCR is going to start picking up on that and start pressing on the far side, start closing down the right back.
Fetch down there with 2 or 3 defenders keeping an eye on him. This one will go back, and Hodo will just let it roll out. And to the goalkeeper it goes, Christian Fisher. Right off his foot in short order to this near side.
When you're playing the ball through midfield like that, you have to make sure you get on the ball. You lose possession in midfield is very, very dangerous. As we can see, there's a counterattack immediately.
Fetch pounded it off of a Regina defender. This is going to turn into a corner kick.
Well, let's see how FCR sets up for this. We've seen a few different setups on corner kicks throughout the day. We see there's no one on the back post. Let's see what kind of numbers they get, where exactly the ball's played.
Fetch played it in low and hard, looking for a bounce. Malinowski, long shot, easy pickings for the keeper.
Now we look to play past lines. When you have a little bump play like that, you want to try to have your second ball look to be played past lines. So now we're getting counterattacked. You didn't take that opportunity on. Good coverage. Very well played.
Throw in, Yorkton. Ball into Matt Cochran.
Unlucky offside call.
That'll give it to Regina.
You know, Yorkton's played together for a long time, and their technical director, Coach Jakubiak, has done a very, very good job with the group of players that he's building and the club that he's building. Doing a very, very good job of continuing to make sure that Yorkton United is building almost by the day.
Couple substitutes in for FCR, one for Yorkton as well. Brady Gelowitz off for Yorkton. He was indicating to the bench during play that his back was troubling him a little bit, so as soon as they had an opportunity, Gelowitz went off.
That's the kind of ball that FCR is going to want to play, but it's mandatory that they try to break that back line. If you're playing in front of those two center backs or playing in front of their back line, it's going to be very, very difficult to get behind. They collapse very, very quickly.
Oh boy, good job coming out of it for Fetch, as he really good with the ball control. Uses his body very, very well.
Oh,
and
that's excellent work by Fetch.
it's going to generate a kick, a free kick from the sidelines.
Now, the fact he's left-footed, let's see how they set up for this and where they look to play. We see the pocket on the front post.
Hooked it in, but it's headed away by Anthony Bedore. Shot from top of the crease. Hit somebody on the way in. Guillaume Hussein, we've seen him running and running. Number 8 for FC Regina. Lots of energy.
Look how quick Yorkton drops to defend. They're very, very dedicated defending. Very organized.
This is Kardash Drackett. Through ball to Guillaume Hussein, and he hooked it just wide. Tried to time it up and play it as a one-timer coming straight on toward him and turn and shoot all in one motion. That is tricky, tricky timing if you can pull it off. And he didn't get it clean.
It's a very difficult move when you're rotating your hips quite that far. He may have wanted to take a first touch and set himself up to play the ball back across the keeper. May want that one back again.
First real good chance in there for Guillaume Hussein today. Again, into the keeper, and nice clean for Christian Fisher.
FC Regina is going to want to make a transition on how they're defending 1v1 with Fetch up top, because he's turning with the same direction the majority of the times. They want to make sure to mark him up appropriately and get him off that left peg.
Down the side go the Yorkton United FC into the middle, and quickly up the center it goes. Raiz Guillaume Hussein. Soft little pass to the far sideline.
I see an overlap now. Quay playing behind. He made the run, didn't get the ball back, unfortunately.
Interesting to watch that play develop, and was unable to get that return pass. Pass up the right side is knocked down by Yorkton. Getting a foot in, Nick Nesseth.
With Yorkton looking like they're playing 4 at the back, it's going to be very difficult for a single striker to be able to get in behind. They're going to be very, very creative to get numbers forward off the flank. Or here, where we're 2v1 now. See, they continue to shoot from in front of the back line instead of trying to get in behind the back line.
Kardash Dragon put it well wide. Needed to get something at the goal and hope maybe, as they had players pressing, maybe there would be a loose ball. Not happening. Just a little bit under 6 minutes remaining in the first half. Chance for Yorkton. There's the kick.
That's the turn right there. Nick's very good at coming back to the ball and spinning on the center back. Gonna want to make an adjustment on that.
That one is a little under kicked, and Malinowski, well, he had it for a second for Yorkton. Couldn't make anything of it though, and here's a nice break up the right side. Drew Turgeon, crosser, and coming back to defend and doing a nice job, Matt Cochran, although we did have a collision, and I think this is going to turn into a corner kick. Yes, it will.
Again, we're seeing very, very dedicated defending, coming back, covering the inside. That was very well played. The ball played in behind the line causes all sorts of troubles, especially when you're coming back towards your own goal. Yorkton setting up a full block in front of the goal. One player up top. Very dedicated defending.
Off the chest of Cochran, and it's out of the goal area for now. Trouble with it. Jagovets could play it clean. FC Regina bringing it back in. No score. Final 5 minutes of the first half of this game. There's a long shot. A little bit of a bounce right in front of Austin Stewart, but he was positioned well and settled it down.
Very, very calm keeper. Does a very good job of controlling tempo of the game. You never really see him get flustered. Now we got 5 players back for FCR with only 2 Yorkton players forward. Gonna need to want to get numbers forward in order to break their line.
Pass into the middle just a little bit too far. No connection that time for Tinsu. Turgeon chipped it back. It's up the near sideline. Immediately out of bounds. Quickly on it, Regina looking to make something happen before Yorkton can get back to defend, but they'll take it.
Very quick counterattack.
Yeah. And there's Nick Fetch. Again, he's had the ball more than anybody in the first half of this game.
I really like Ethan Hoyle, number 9. I really like the way that he's staying on his toe box. He's making sure to stay balanced, making sure to adjust. He's done a very good job the last little bit playing 1v1 defending.
A real nice job, clean plays like that.
Yeah, we see FCR has made a bit of an adjustment in the back. Let's see now if they can continue to build going forward. There are pockets to play in, they just got to find it. So here we've taken our touch in front of the line instead of behind the line and engaged. I think you really want to try to get Yorkton going towards their own goal. They're very organized defensively.
Guillermo and Smith are headed off for FC Regina. They'll bring in 2 substitutions in this stoppage. Couple minutes and change remaining in the first half. No score. Long header gets down behind the Yorkton defender, but a heads-up play by Yorkton's Zach Wassilishin gets it back to the keeper. Got a little bit surprised, I think, by the bounce, but made good.
So one thing about playing on turf, sometimes it just bites in the turf a little bit and just throws you off. Let's put the ball back on the deck here. Let's try to play a good brand of rhythmic football.
Gelowitz can't find his way through. Far sidelines, Regina bring it back into the middle, now over to the near side.
Very well played. Looking to stretch the field. But again, we're playing in front of the line. Now we're going to try to get, but there we go. There's a first touch in behind the line.
And a crosser, and it's off of a body, and I think the goalkeeper got his left hand up. There were 2 bodies down there, including a defender and Brady Gelowitz, and that has to be some pretty quick reflexes from Austin Stewart.
What a save getting across the net. Very, very well done.
He's had to make a couple great quick saves going to his right today, and he's been stellar on these chances.
So we see FCR getting in behind the line, and look what happens when you're going towards your own goal. You never know what can happen, especially when players are defending. They're coming towards their own goal. It bounces off them. Excellent positioning by the keeper.
Great reflexes.
That's when big players make big plays in big games. It's an example of it right there.
Header in behind, and nope.
I hope FCR doesn't come back to have them wish they would have had those 2 chances back again. We see that in the game quite often. You miss those couple of chances and they come back to bite you later on.
Under a minute on our clock here in the first half.
And we should be seeing numbers get forward here as the ball's played through midfield. So we took our touch back again instead of taking our touch forward and behind the line. Setting a frame, going to rebuild.
Kardash-Drackett threw it into the middle. Tinsiu.
Yorkton so organized. See these pockets here in between their backfield players. We've got to try to be getting the ball back in behind the Yorkton back line or into those pockets if we were FCR.
Nothing doing here as the first half comes to a close. Scoreless after the first half of play from the SaskTel Sports Center in Saskatoon. Are you surprised? Did you expect to see a goal or two in this first half? Two teams playing some pretty good defense, Terrell.
You know, both teams are actually, they're executing their game plan almost perfectly. You can see that Yorkton's trying to drop back, being very, very defensively, very dedicated, get numbers behind the ball, whereas FCR is making sure to pick up a big threat and fetch with Yorkton. Let's see what they do in the second half and what adjustments they make.
Scoreless at the half. We'll be back. You're watching Max TV, local on demand. Football Club Regina getting ready to bring it back out onto the field for the second half here at the SaskTel Sports Center. And a look at the highlights. Terrell, what did you like in the first half?
We're just looking at the highlights now from the first half. We're starting to see where FCR started to take shots from the outside. Yorkton, of course, very organized defensively. And we're seeing that FCR to be very creative in order to try to get in behind the line. Yorkton is trying to get turned and trying to engage FCR with Fetch up top. He does a very good job 1v1. Both goalkeepers have stood on their heads in order to make sure that both teams stay in the game. One of the key components for Yorkton is going to be trying to make sure that Fetch can continue to try to get turned defensively and engage the goal. And if FCR can get in behind the Yorkton back line, they're going to have a very good opportunity to try to get another opportunity on net.
So we'll switch ends. This is the gold medal game of the U17 boys, the 2018 SaskTel Soccer for Life Indoor Youth 9-a-side Provincial Championships. Football Club Regina in white with dark trim now going right to left. Yorkton United FC going left to right. They wearing black with white trim.
So we're seeing Yorkton press right off the top to start the half. Football Club Regina is making sure to, again, build their frame. Let's see what adjustments they make here towards the first few minutes in the second half. How they build rhythm, how they build their structure. That's very well played to get behind the line. This could be dangerous.
Oh boy.
Their own man blocked it.
Kind of turned out of the way and threw his arms up. Oh, what am I doing right there just then?
Again, it's chances like that you hope you don't rue later on. Here's a counterattack opportunity.
Will die out as Regina will slow things down a little bit.
I really like Hodel's composure. Look how he looks, look how calm he is and relaxed. Building the ball. I think he could be a threat if they got him forward on the flank.
Up into the middle to 4. Chipped to the side, they'll drop it back. And try a run up the right side, but it's stopped by Weinheimer. Kardash-Drackett sent it back to Hodel.
Kardash-Drackett has a tendency to take his first touch back towards goal. If they could get numbers getting around him and use that to their advantage, it could have a possibility to break down Yorkton's backfield organization.
Jagovitz up the sidelines for Yorkton, left it behind and left it in a little bit of peril, actually, as two Regina players were down there fighting for a loose ball.
It's going to take something creative. Definitely in the next 25 minutes. It's going to take each team trying to just poke and prod to see where the gaps are in order to try to get in behind. Some individual creativity is going to be able to unlock this game.
Ferret put it in the middle. Kardash track it.
Very nice. Looks to play the ball in behind. And now we got Yorkton running back towards their own goal. Again, Hodel calming it down. Spraying the field. Now look back post. Could be a ball over the top there.
Regina really controlling a little now and just feeling it out and looking for spots. And Yorkton has spent most of this second half just standing back and defending what's happening on the field.
It's been a long weekend for Yorkton as well. They played some very competitive matches, and with the bench as low as it is, it's going to be interesting to see how they last the next 20 minutes.
The center, the stutter step and a fake from Tinsiu, and then a shot in on the keeper, and he does a good job to keep that from going over the line and setting up a corner kick.
Going to take something creative to beat him. He definitely is on his game today, as he's been all weekend.
Tinsiu softed it in through the middle, but it's Jagovets who got it.
It's going to take some technical execution to break that Yorkton back line. See right here, if FCR could be trying to get in behind the back line, looking to spin, instead always coming back to the ball. I mean, it could be part of their game plan, but we can see the space in between behind Yorkton's back line. Drop fetch into midfield. We're going to look to try something a little bit different.
Back goes Hodel.
Very nice. Very calm, very relaxed. Never in a hurry.
Schofield played it up, and he'll get it right back at the midpoint.
So usually that ball is played backwards. We should be seeing players on the outside looking to break lines so that there's a first-time ball looking to be played in behind. You want to try to catch the opposition on their heels if you can.
This is going to be Regina ball out of bounds, and right now, FC Regina doing a lot with the ball, not generating a ton of chances, but certainly control of the play and not giving Yorkton much of anything. Right back to Regina goes the football, and now on the sideline, played with the chest, and forward they move until it's finally out of bounds. Regina ball over on the side, and they'll send Tetra over to throw it in.
Well, good opportunities on goal. They're going to want to get numbers in the box. So let's see how much there is engagement from the midfields getting forward and from the wingers starting to come in across the park. So again, right here, can we see wingers getting in behind across the park, trying to ask for the ball behind the line? Now we see Fetch coming out of deeper positions. He could be dangerous if they give him space. Good adjustment by Yorkton.
Yeah, Fetch got up there with a couple of teammates, and you got to keep one eye on him and one eye on somebody else. It's not going to do. You need to be able to be fully attentive on Nick Fetch when he has the ball. Chipped ahead by Malinowski to nobody. Ferrat will take a look. Long one up the right side.
It's well played. And getting the first touch, going forward, putting the defenders on their heels. Going to be very, very important going forward in this second half.
Fetch made a push with it, but Tinsiu took it away. There's Robel Tinsiu playing it right back into the middle.
I think FCR is going to want to just move the ball a little bit quicker. They want to try to get Yorkton shifting across the field a little bit more. Again, they've only got 10 players. We want to try to make them do a bit more work physically.
That's right, just one on the bench for Yorkton. Fetch working through, Tinsiu defending.
That's just a very good job in 1v1 situations of maintaining possession of the ball. Uses his body very well. Good balance. Now we can see as they set up for this free kick, there is a counterattack opportunity here for Football Club Regina. Right here. Utilize this space accordingly.
Corralled nicely by Christian Fisher, the keeper.
Get numbers in the box if you can.
Ferret will take it right down to the goal line and put it in front, and it's punched by the goalkeeper with a Regina jersey right there in front of the goal.
I'd like to see more players sprinting to get into the box and demanding it. Sometimes we're just seeing a bit too much almost jogging in order to get in the box on attacking opportunities.
Is that tentative? Is that being defensive-minded in a gold medal game, or what are they thinking?
Very, very possible is that you want to be very careful on the transition. So unfortunately, at some point in the game, you got to take that challenge. You got to take that chance. It's a delicate dance.
Jagovets to midfield, and then it's off the back of Kardash Drackets. Takes a bounce to 4, trying to make a push for Regina. Got away on him. Little roll pass doesn't connect. Back to the keeper.
Yorkton's frame starting to flatten out a little bit. The angles are starting to drop off. Want to be careful they don't lose that balance.
Malinowski to Cochran. Cochran with a long cross. Nobody up there. Liam Smith will go grab it. Just need to clarify here. I guess they're going to blow it down and get a substitution in. That is Regina putting a couple of men back in just before the ball was brought back into play. So here we go.
Let's see how FCR adjusts.
That one looking for Gulam Hussein, but Zach Wassilishin, tall body, got the head on it. Right in the middle. Ball won by Jagovets.
Let's see if we can counterattack on this. Very, very important.
Getting
good transition very quickly.
Pretty good area there was Husam Grimida. Tried a shot, but it didn't bust through.
We see where Fetch has gone back up top. They made a transition.
Yeah, he's just kind of lingering now, isn't he? Waiting for a chance. We saw him with the ball a lot in the first half. He was well defended, but he's very, very dangerous too.
The counterattack's going to have to be quick. You can see where there's opportunities. Sometimes the first decision's just a little bit slow.
Down in the corner, Gramida working on it, and he's going to get the throw in.
You know, it's a very clean game.
Kick, rather.
It's actually a very good game between both of these teams. They're both trying to play football. I actually got to give both squads credit. It's not a dirty, chippy game. It's very well played.
Here's a chance from outside the goal area. And a low hard shot by Drew Turgeon is handled. Stewart with it. Another save. A little easier that time. Fetch put it behind him to a teammate, but Regina comes away with the ball. Gulam Hussein run into, and they're going to call a foul and give the ball to Regina.
When we saw in the first half, when we saw both teams get real good scoring opportunities, it was when the ball was played in behind the back lines. And we still see in the second half that full adjustment hasn't been made. We see the ball being played in front of the back line still a little bit. Maybe that's part of the plan, but judging by the first half, they're going to get their opportunities by making sure to play behind. So we see this opportunity here. Let's see what happens. Right there, in
Ethan
behind.
Hodel hooked it in. Ooh, Gulam Hussein's going to get a chance, and it's shot off a defender. Blocked on its way to the net by Wassilishin.
Could very well be a set play that ends up unlocking this game. Just catching someone a little bit sleeping, not quite focused, a little bit unbalanced.
Down to about 14 minutes remaining in regulation. Incidentally, if there is a tie at the end of regulation, I believe they go straight to a shootout to decide the gold medal. Oof. Oh boy.
You know, it is wonderful to see the striker from FCR put his hand out. He's getting a card, but you see the sportsmanship. That's very, very nice to see. It's just two guys challenging each other, trying to compete for a gold medal.
That's Rayaz Gulam Hussein, who said, hey, my bad. Yellow
Very
card,
well done.
though.
Very, very professional by both players.
Yeah, and a little handshake after. My bad. No big deal. Schofield put it up the right side, turned back.
Counterattack. Counterattack's on.
Yeah, they wanted to make something, turn it around quick there, and it almost worked. Sometimes you get a bounce. That one just over Gulam Hussein's head. brought away by Waslishin.
Very well played to stretch the field. Let's see if they can build their frame, get numbers forward. We can see getting forward on the left flank.
Pass for Amo Tripathy was too long. And again, Regina with all those extra bodies on the bench. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 extra bodies. Subbing freely. They'll put in some fresh legs as we get down to the final 12 and a half, roughly, in regulation.
Here's a good opportunity to get forward. We went back into pressure, though, instead of taking it away. Letting players get forward with the time change with regards to controlling the football. Here we go. Here's a good opportunity. Now we get to get numbers forward.
Drew Turgeon down, and defending on him is Weinheimer. Turgeon got it to the front, and the header is going to be popped up and over and out. Good attempt. Caleb Kardash-Drackett just couldn't quite get this clean.
Very well done. Great build-up. Good tempo, good control, good rhythm. We got to execute when we're in the box. Big players in big games got to make big plays. And again, we may rue a few of those misses later on.
Premier scoring opportunity of the half thus far. Just missed.
Fetch does a very good job of holding up the ball in 1v1 situations.
Here's a great chance, and it's in! Left foot, Ilias Ferret got position on his man, and the ball was there for the taking, and he made good for the first goal of the game.
So we look back at this, we see the counterattack, and we get in behind the backfield player. This time we got our hips in front. The defender couldn't come back across. Very well positioned, very well played. Good composure.
Just into the 39th minute, and Ferret with the goal. And there's the 1-0 lead for FC Regina. Let's see what Yorkton does now as we have a little better than 10 minutes remaining in regulation. Will they have to change something, or are they going to have to get aggressive now?
Well, it's a delicate dance in the last few minutes of the game. You know, you're down to about 10 minutes. When do you start pushing? When do you get numbers forward? When do you start playing the ball forward more? You don't want to do it too early, or else you may get counterattacked and be down by 2. So here we see a shot from the outside, again forcing the goalkeeper to be on his toes. But they're definitely going to want to make a change in the next few minutes. They're not going to want to wait too long. FCR is going to want to make sure to maintain their composure, continue to move the football, dedicated defensive soccer, and control the clock.
Long pass to Ferret as he got in behind again, and there's a loose ball in front of the net. Whistle went.
That was very
contact.
It was very well played by FCR. In fact, I would have liked to have seen them try that a little bit earlier in the game, trying to play that long diagonal cross ball. There's been opportunities to get in behind on the far side. Just got to pick up our head a little bit quicker, set our hips a little bit quicker in order to release faster.
Long goal kick, headed back out to midfield. Quickly a chance for Tripathy, but it's taken away with the sliding tackle. Tinsu got in. Knock it away. Ferret, the goal scorer.
Counter-attack, look at the ball on the far side. Oh, unlucky. Just didn't thread it early enough. Yorkton's come back to defend, starting to set up their block.
Kardash-Drackett with a long shot, and that one was labeled, it looked like, for the far corner, and Austin Stewart with another very important save. Nick Fetch.
Yeah, Nick does a very good job again of holding up the ball. He's just got to learn sometimes to turn and be a little bit quicker to try to engage those players and try to get them going back towards their own goal. You learn very quickly to drop numbers back and just force the player to go back towards their own goal.
Jagovitz. Cochran. Cochran, a little room down the side now into the middle. Fetch. Surrounded, 5 white jerseys all around Nicholas Fetch when he has the ball.
You can see the adjustment, get numbers back, protecting the lead, making sure he can't turn.
No room to shoot, no lane to pass. Ferret gets missed. There's a long boot right on to the goalkeeper.
Still trying to play out of the back. That is quality to see. Now, he had no frame, though, when he got on the ball, so the goalkeeper's got to be careful that when you distribute the ball to your backfield players, they have to have an outlet, or else you get them in danger.
Nice work by Fetch, pushing down to the goal line and out, and he thought maybe he was fouled. No call made. Fetch protests, but not for long.
Very good balance by Fetch, and that's what he's got to continue to do. Try to drive FCR back towards their own goal.
Popped up high in the air and settled now by Regina. There's a chance to tie into one for Robel Tinsu. Little sidewinder handled by the keeper, and again in a hurry all the way down the field.
Very impressed with the intensity that Yorkton's still playing the game at. They're doing a very, very good job of maintaining their physical play.
Kardash Dracket got a little too aggressive, so a kick awarded to Yorkton.
Those opportunities like this, the set plays where you never know what can happen. Very important to execute.
Bador just left it. Now he'll give chase right down into the corner and stop it just at the line. Well, I thought he was going to stop it. Turned and tried to fire it into the middle. Off a man and out the back. So corner now, Drew Turgeon.
Anyway, it worked out better. They went out for a corner, because if it would have gone in the box, there was no FCR players in the box that could have counterattacked very quickly.
That header is going to be just up and over the bar. Everything about Yorkton now with a sense of urgency to it, trying to hurry up and move the ball up the field. Fetch is going to take a kick, but that'll pop up high and out of play.
Fetch has still got a lot of danger still left in his ability to turn, his ability to go forward. He's got very good balance. Want to make sure not to turn off when they're marking up Fetch.
Another substitution for Regina. They've done this 3-4 times in the game, switching out a couple bodies at a time. So counting down to somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 minutes, and they get some fresh legs out there.
We're starting to see a rotation, probably starting to lock up that 1-goal lead these last few minutes of the game. Looking to spray the field. Very good composure.
Liam Smith put it down to the corner.
That's very well played.
Kardash Dracket, yeah. Into the middle, boy, a little bit of space there, and it closed right down for Tinsu, who's trying to sneak through and get a shot away. Give and go tried with Abby and Doe, but couldn't get it back. That almost bounced in the favor of Cochran, but it's drilled up into the spectator area on the far side of the field as we now slide into the final 5 minutes of regulation. Regina holding onto this 1-0 lead, playing in the gold medal game. This is the under-17 boys, the 2018 SaskTel Soccer for Life Indoor Youth 9-a-side provincial championships. It's a long handle, but that's what it is. Here's the cross. Did that go out before the keeper touched it, or after? It looks like after. Corner kick awarded. Turgeon will take.
Be interesting to see how FCR takes this corner, because what they might want to do is just hold it in the corner, start to spray the ball, not necessarily put a lot of numbers in the box. They got to be careful of that counterattack. They got 4 players back right now. Well, one's pushing forward, so they're maintaining a triangle around Fetch.
Gulam Hussein with the header well up over top of the net.
Yorkton's going to want to start pushing numbers forward here. There's only about 3-4 minutes left in the game. Might have to go to 2 at the back, put another couple players up top, and just start to get the ball forward. It's one of those tactics you got to use when it's late in the game, gold medal match, and you're down by 1.
Chip through. Gelowitz trying to make it happen. Not getting there. Fisher will just hurl it up to midfield. And that one's going to go out into the bench area. Now about 3 minutes. Substitutions coming almost every time there's a stoppage in play now for Regina, as they're using it to their advantage here. Fresh legs plus. Let that clock tick away just a bit.
Controlling the clock a little bit. Wouldn't be surprised if we see someone's shoelace untied or something happen here in the last few minutes.
Almost bounced in.
Coach O'Kenny from Yorkton, you can see him starting to analyze the game these last few minutes, really trying to make the changes that he needs to make in order to try to unlock Yorkton's opportunity to get the ball in the back of the net of FCR.
Shable had it down there in the corner. And we're going to have a free kick awarded to Yorkton.
This is the chance right here where they want to get numbers forward. As many as possible, drop the ball in behind. It's going to be a very, very important drop kick or free kick by the goalkeeper.
Everybody well downfield. Long kick put up, and
gotta win it though.
Yep. Nobody really making much of an effort for that ball as it was in the air. Regina able to play it cleanly out of harm's way. Under 2 minutes in regulation. That pass not quite threading through.
That would have been a very, very dangerous ball if that had gone through. Very good defensive play.
There's a tackle, and that one is going to draw a card for sure.
Cochran needed to try to get forward on the flank during that last play if he could have. The ball could have been played in behind. Instead, we stood in front of the defensive line. Now, granted, we get a very important kick here towards the last few minutes of the second half.
Albiendo given the yellow card. And again, another substitution for Regina. Everybody taking shifts here now in the last few minutes.
Can't stress the importance enough of this kick.
Well, they did get it over that line, and they did get contact on it, but off the head and wide.
The last few minutes are going to be a fight. Yorkton trying to go forward, tie up the game. FCR trying to hold on to their lead. Gold medals on the line.
Lunge by Gramita to turn it back the other way, and there's a feed up the left side. Shable just had it run away from him a little.
It's unlucky. Shable could have gone to the corner and killed 10 or 15 seconds with the ball.
Yeah, and we might be down to that 10 or 15 seconds remaining in regulation. Got about 20 seconds on our clock. Shot from the right side. That one's going to go up high and over. And it will be Yorkton ball. The referee glancing down at his time clock now, and we're getting right down to the final seconds. And there it is. Final whistle goes, and it's a 1-0 game. The Regina squad, FC Regina, the 1-0 victory over Yorkton United FC. And just enough offense for Regina, and they sure did not let Yorkton penetrate and get many good chances in the second half.
They managed to find a way. They managed to find a way to put away that one chance that they had, and we got to give Yorkton credit coming out with a limited bench, putting the performance that they did today. Both teams came out and played a very, very clean brand of football. Proud of both of them. Great job.
Congrats to both of these squads. The silver medal, though, will go to Yorkton United FC, and FC Regina taking home the gold in this under-17 boys division. It's been the 2018 SaskTel Soccer for Life Indoor Youth 9-a-side Provincial Championships, and we want to thank you so much for tuning in. Terrell Russell, thank you again for joining us, the High Performance Director of Saskatchewan Soccer Association. You've been a great teacher today, and it's been a pleasure working with you.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
And to our entire Max TV crew, a job well done. And to all of you who watched, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time on Max TV, local on demand.
If you have program ideas that you'd like to see on Max TV Local On Demand, write us at max.local@sastel.com.